This is a little overview of the Traktor Kontrol S4. This is a new MK3 unit that just came out. It's got haptic drive, which is kind of a turntable emulation. You see it operating there. We've got a CD mode, and then there's a beat grid mode, which assists you in assigning beat grids. So I'm not using the internal sound card on the machine, on the Traktor Kontrol S4. I'm using a Apogee Element 24, which I highly recommend. So my mains are going on the 1 and 2, and then my 3 and 4 is going to the headphone output. So what that does when you're using a sound card kind of in a studio setup is it kills all this control. So I don't have a master out, I don't have a master level, I don't have a booth control, the mix doesn't do anything, neither does the headphone volume. So I'm controlling everything really cool wirelessly with the Apogee app. You kind of see it there. So I've got wireless control over my master and wireless control over my headphone output. This is just awesome with the Element. You know, so to get a kind of blended cue, what you can do is just cue 2 tracks at the same time. And so let's get something beat matched since we're running out of time here. So the nice thing about these pitch faders, very accurate. And one thing that I found in turntable mode is that if you have key lock engaged and you are scratching or doing anything in a turntable mode, it sounds terrible. So that's with key lock on. You can hear all that artifacting, all that nasty kind of robot artifacting. Turn it off, it's really clean. So if you're running turntable mode, you know, definitely key lock is going to present you some issues when it comes to scratching or any slow speed stuff. For the most part, you know, I think if you've got it on and you're just adjusting tempo, you're not going to notice it. But definitely with some of the scratching, it does not sound that good. So turntable mode works really, really nice. The behaviors are very similar to either a 1200 or a CDJ, and you can have them on independently. So I'll have this one on jog, and so that'll give me that cue point kind of thing. But if I go to turntable, I don't get anything. You know, beat matching on these things is very intuitive. If you're used to a 1200, the pitch faders are quite a bit nicer actually than a 1200. They don't have any center detent. They run really, really well. And the nice thing is you can switch between jog and turntable and it doesn't affect playback. So if you want to get into scratching, you know, during the song and you like a CDJ type workflow, or you like a turntable type workflow, you've got both of those on offer. You know, so, and the haptic drive is nice, so you can feel a little bump. And one thing that I do like about the implementation of the turntable mode is that this feels like a record on a slip mat. This is quite stiff. Like when you come on the edge, it's really, really stiff and it resists you quite well. You know, but as I drag my finger, right when I get to the top, it's back to kind of a slip matty type thing. But getting something in time is really easy. Okay, let's go again. These are short little loops, so. You know, one thing is the mixer effects are very well implemented. What you can do is you can individually select. But if I do switch, it erases all that kind of data. What does stay is the on state. So whatever your on state is, that's gonna follow you along your FX. But if I go through and I customize, when I switch, it's gone. So you do have to keep that in mind. It's a nice reset. I think the mixer effects are very well done. They're not too wild. Kind of a delay, kind of like a little bit of a echoey crusher thing, a little noise, a little stutter. You know, but they just sound really good. They're not too strong. They don't get too strong. You don't have to worry about anything other than this big old knob. And you've always got a filter ready to roll. The filter's good. It's got a little bit of that kind of resonance sweep. It's not fat by any means, you know, and I don't think sweeping with it sounds exactly like I would hope. You know, it's not so housey. It's a little bit more kind of EDM, but it's good. You know, the filters, they're very effective, and the knob is great. The nice thing that they've kind of hidden, I'm not a big fan of Traktor's effects in this style, so they have hidden this kind of quite nicely out of the way. So if you're a traditional FX user, you can get to it. You can get to it quick, but they definitely have focused the FX and kind of the sound shaping possibilities of this mixer and unit within the mixer effects session. It's very well done. I love the way the turntables feel. Fantastic. You know, they feel very durable. And I think if you're looking to get this unit, you know, and you come from a 1200 background and you have resisted the controllerist movement, you don't really have CDJs because you like to have money in your pocket. This thing, I got it 15% off, I think is like 900 bucks with tax. Totally worth it. Fantastic. You know, and I've got the Kontrol X1 MK2, and this is a great unit, you know, for gigging and for traveling, and for a lot of professional DJs are using this unit, and it looks good in a booth, it fits, and I still am going to keep this around for gigging, but for studio use and for kind of getting that vinyl thing going again without having 1200s around, you can't beat this thing. It's just great. So support your local music shop, and hopefully you'll get back to mixing without sync. All right, have a good night.